Today's topic is employment and unemployment. This is in Unit 10. What is the meaning of employment and the meaning of unemployment? Employment means if a person is engaged in any job or in any self employment, then that will be called employment. It means if a person is engaged in earning activities or economic activities which give him money to survival, that is called employment. But unemployment means if a person is willing to do work at the prevailing wage rate but not getting any type of job opportunities, that person will be called unemployed. So, unemployment means lack of job opportunities, and employment means availability of job opportunities. And a person is engaged in job activities, that is unemployment. And if a person is not engaged in any job activity, that is called unemployment. So unemployment is a very big or serious problem for whole the world, not only for India. It is the serious problem for all the developed and developing countries. Now we will discuss about what is unemployment, what are the main causes of unemployment, and what are the various types of unemployment in India and in world, and what steps have been taken by the government to solve this problem. Now first is unemployment definition. Unemployment is defined as a situation where someone of working age is not able to get a job but would like to be in full time employment. In other words, we can say that if a person is willing to do work, if a person is able to do work at the prevailing wage rate or whatever wage rate that is existing at present, but not getting any job opportunities, that person will be called unemployed. So, unemployment can be defined as a situation where someone of working age is 15 to 60 years, because above 60 age year people are called dependent or non-working population, and 0 to 14 year age group people are known as children or non-working population or dependent population. So working age is 15 to 60 years. If 15 to 60-year age group people are not able to get a job, but they like to be in full time employment but not getting any job opportunities, that is called unemployment. So, this is the definition of unemployment. Next is unemployment can be defined according to Keynesian viewpoint or according to classical viewpoint. The two major views on unemployment are: number one is the Keynesian view of unemployment. Because J.M. Keynes introduced macroeconomics at that time when UK and USA, the most powerful nations, were suffering from depression period due to heavy unemployment and lack of aggregate demand. At that time, Keynes published his book, The General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money, and gave the solution of unemployment problem. The Keynesian view of unemployment tells us that unemployment is an excess supply of labor resulting from a failure of coordination in the market economy. When the supply of labor is in excess quantity and the demand for labor is less, then definitely unemployment situation will occur in the economy. And according to classical viewpoint of unemployment, unemployment is job search. People engaged in the productive work of looking for a better match between worker and employer. It means there is a difference between the viewpoint of classical economics related to unemployment and Keynesian view. Both are different from each other. Classical view, according to this, job search is called unemployment. If a person is searching for job for survival, that is unemployment problem according to classical view. And people engaged in the productive work of looking for better match between worker and employer, that is unemployment according to classical economics. And the name of the classical economists are like Adam Smith, J.B. Say, Malthus, Ricardo, etc. And Keynesian viewpoint, according to this, the main problem of unemployment occur when supply of labor is in excess quantity and the demand for labor is less. It depends upon demand and supply. If supply is more than demand, then definitely unemployment problem will occur in the economy. That is the definition of unemployment according to Keynesian point of view. Next is problems of unemployment in India. As you know that unemployment is a very big or serious problem. Either it may be in developed country or in developing country or in underdeveloped country. It's a very serious problem because unemployment uh, mainly generate the problem of poverty also. Unemployment and poverty both are twins problem, and both problems mainly interrelated with each other. If a person is unemployed, not getting any job opportunity, then his income level will be low, and when his income level will be low, then saving will be low, production will be low, and investment will be low, and further income will be low, and he will be in grip of poverty. So unemployment is a very serious problem, and unemployment also create the problem of poverty. So we should know about what is the problem of unemployment and how this problem can be solved. So there are many good schools, colleges, and universities in our country. Every year thousands of students pass out from there. But on the other hand, the rate of unemployment in India is increasing day by day. Gradually, this is becoming a major problem of our country. An army of unemployed person is appearing. So unemployment is really a very serious problem because government can't provide too much employment opportunities according to the increasing population. We know that India's population is increasing day by day, but job opportunities are not increasing according to increase in population growth rate. So there is a lack between population rate and unemployment. That's why unemployment exists in our country, because here so many people are educated and they are getting schooling and education through colleges and universities. Thousands of students pass out from there, but job opportunities are not increasing according to pass out students numbering. That's why unemployment problem occur in the country. So this is the main serious problem of unemployment which occurs in India and other countries also. The problem of youth unemployment. This is the next topic, the problem of youth unemployment. The youth unemployment problem is very big problem, very serious problem. In October 2013, 9,41,000 young people aged group of 16 to 24 years were unemployed. The unemployment rate for 16 to 24 years olds was 20.5%. It was very higher rate because at the time of depression during 1929, at that time in USA and UK, unemployment rate was 17% and economies were suffering from depression period, and this at that time 17 to 20% people were unemployed. And the unemployment rate, if this rate is near about 20% or above 20%, that is the really a very big problem, and it create the situation of depression. High rate of youth unemployment have serious economic and social consequences. Young people out of work risk a permanent fall in their expected lifetime earning from work. If a young people is out of work, that is really a very serious problem, because it's a risk of permanent fall in their expected lifetime earning from work. Some of the causes of high youth unemployment are shown below. One is skill gap. If employees don't have any skill, they don't have any training, or they don't have any efficiency in any type of working activities like in agriculture or in industrial sector or in service sector, if they have a lack of skill, or there is a gap between skill and unskilled people, then definitely unemployment problem will occur. Second is reluctant employers. They may prefer older, more experienced worker. You know that in every offices and in any department, people always ask this question: how much experience you have? It means if a person is not experienced, they will not give job opportunities to that person. And if employer will not give you job, then how can you get the experience? It means initially or in the beginning you must have to get job for taking experience. If a person is unemployed, then how he can earn experience in that particular job? So this is also the main cause of high youth unemployment. Next is falling retention rates caused by pension income. If a government is providing pension, and if a retirement age is very higher, then how youth population can get job opportunities? In India, if people will unemployed at the age of 65 or 70 years, then young people will not get job opportunities and they will remain unemployed. And weak, next is weak macro fundamentals. It means in India there is a low level of GDP, per capita income is also lower, growth rate is lower, and it will create this problem of unemployment. If macro fundamentals or macroeconomic policies are not supporting to employment opportunities, then definitely unemployment or youth unemployment will occur in our country, and youth will suffer from the problem of unemployment. So, this is the problem of youth unemployment which exists in India at present also. Next is types of unemployment. What are the various types of unemployment? Generally, there are so many types of unemployment, and we can classify the types of unemployment in two groups. One is rural unemployment, and other is urban unemployment. Because in each and every country, some people are living in rural areas and some are living in urban areas. The ratio may be differ from country to country. It depends upon their income level and their facilities or their infrastructure level. That's why this ratio may be differ, but in each and every country, all country people are living in two areas. One is rural and other is urban. Like in India, 70% people are living in rural areas and 30% people are living in urban areas. So there are so many types of unemployment. One is frictional unemployment. This frictional unemployment is a very uh, serious problem, and frictional unemployment, there are different types of unemployment, like one is frictional, other is structural, next is cyclical, next is unemployment, open unemployment, which may be seen everywhere, and next is seasonal unemployment, which occur due to seasons or according to the seasons of the country. So first is, now we will discuss about all these types of unemployment one by one. Number one is frictional unemployment. This frictional unemployment occurs when there is a gap between job searching and job separating. If people are separating from job and getting new and searching for new job or better job, but there is a time lag in between of searching the job opportunities and leaving the previous job. The time lag in between, they have to be unemployed or without work, they have to live. That is called frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment generally occur when people are searching better jobs for survival. If they are not satisfied their existing job or at present job, and they want to move on in any other company or in any other job for getting better opportunity, but in between they have to live unemployed, they have to stay unemployed, that situation is called frictional unemployment. It means the time lag in between job searching and job separating. This time lag is known as frictional unemployment. Next is structural unemployment. Structural unemployment also exists in India. This problem mainly occurs due to weak infrastructural facilities. If there is a weak infrastructure facilities in our country, if labor is unskilled, labor is untrained, then labor will not be able to work in industrial sector, and if there is a lack of availability of raw material, if there is a technical backwardness, it means unemployment definitely occur in this case. This type of unemployment is known as structural unemployment, which mainly occurs due to weak infrastructure or lack of raw material and inability of labor due to unskilled labor or uneducated labor. This will create the problem of structural unemployment. Next is cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment is also known as Keynesian economics unemployment or Keynesian viewpoint of unemployment. According to Schumpeter, business cycle has four stages. One is boom, second is recession, third is depression, and fourth is recovery. Business cycles are just like wave like fluctuations, and it occurs during time to time period. Sometimes boom situation occur when aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply, then boom will occur. In this case, at the situation of boom, all people will get job opportunities. Second time period is known as recession time period. During recession period or depression period, aggregate demand become less and aggregate supply become higher. In this case, when the supply of labor is more but the demand for labor is less, then depression or in during recession period, labor will be unemployed. And at the recovery stage, then people will get job opportunities, and again they will reach at the situation of boom. So this cyclical unemployment occurs in developed countries or This cyclical unemployment is related to world level unemployment problem and which occurs during time to time period like boom. In case of boom period, no unemployment will occur. In case of depression, in case of recession, unemployment definitely occur. In case of recovery period, then we will reach the situation of boom and unemployment problem will be solved. Next is open unemployment. Open unemployment is that unemployment which we can see everywhere if people are willing to do jobs and willing to do work and they are able to get job opportunities but not getting any type of job opportunities. They want to work at the existing wage rate, what wage rate is prevailing in the market, but they are not getting any job opportunities and no vacancy board they see everywhere. That is called open unemployment. Next is seasonal unemployment. Seasonal unemployment is related with agriculture sector because agriculture is a seasonal occupation. Agriculture depends upon nature and nature may be favorable or may not be. Sometimes labor get job opportunities during peak season and off peak season labor will be unemployed. So seasonal unemployment mainly occurs in agriculture sector and as you know that India is a predominant in agriculture sector and India has predominance of agriculture sector. Here larger population are engaged in agricultural activities. More than half of the country people are still engaged in agriculture and its allied activities. Here there are two types of crops. One is rabi crops and other is kharif crops. If people are working in summer crop season, then they will be unemployed in winter crop season. And if some people are working or engaged in winter crop season, they will be out of work in during summer season. So seasonal unemployment mainly occur in agriculture sector. Other types of unemployment is disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment is also known as hidden unemployment. Hidden unemployment mainly occurs in agriculture sector when most of the family members are engaged in agricultural activities, and if we separate some people from agricultural activity, the measure productivity remains same. It means the measure productivity of that separated person is zero. He was not contributing in the production of agriculture goods, but uh, he was looking just like giving contribution. But if we separate that worker from agriculture activities, their contribution is zero. So this person is called disguised unemployed or hidden unemployed, in which unemployment is not, you can see directly, but the contribution of that person, when the contribution of that person is in measure productivity is zero, it means that person is uh, indirectly, he we see that that person is looking like just he is getting employment opportunity and he is unemployed in that activity, but actually he is not giving any contribution in marginal productivity. That person is called disguised unemployed or hidden unemployed. Another type of unemployment is educated unemployment. Educated unemployment mainly found um, when people are highly educated, when they have lots of degrees, but according to their degree, according to their qualification, they are not getting any job opportunities. That is called educated unemployment. Next is uh, underemployment situation mainly occurs when a person is doing less ability job. If a person is able to do more high qualification, if a person has high qualification but getting lower qualification job. It means he is underemployed. For example, if a person has MBA degree but he is doing work in petrol pump, it means he has not get job opportunities according to their qualification. That person is called underemployed. If a person has no work according to their his ability or his qualification, he is underemployed. His education is higher but getting lower educational jobs. That person will be called underemployed person. So there are so many types of unemployment like frictional unemployment, structural unemployment, cyclical unemployment, underemployment, educated unemployment, seasonal unemployment, disguised unemployment, and industrial unemployment. If a person is not able to work in industrial sector, if he has not any technical proficiency or technical knowledge, then he will not be able to work in industrial sector because most of the industries are using at present capital intensive technology. But you know that in India, here labor is abundant. When labor is abundant, we must have to use labor intensive technology for providing more job opportunities to the country people. But for getting higher production or more contribution in GDP, industrial sector is using capital intensive technology and advanced techniques. That's why people are remains unemployed or not getting job opportunities. So there are various types of unemployment which occurs in our country or whole over the world. Next is three important types of unemployment. As I said, that frictional unemployment, which mainly occurs when workers are between jobs or have just graduated and are looking for work for the first time, that is called frictional unemployment. And if there is a time lag in between of job searching and job separating, that time lag is also known as frictional unemployment. Second is cyclical unemployment. The economy regularly goes through ups and downs, boom, recession, depression, and recovery stage. These are stages are known as business cycle stages. When it enters a recession or depression period, more people become unemployed. That is called cyclical unemployment. Next is structural. When there is a mismatch between the skills people have learned and the skill the job market requires, this causes structural unemployment. It means if there is a mismatch between the skilled people which is required for industrial sector or any market uh, or any other organizations, but they are not highly skilled or not talented or they don't have any technical knowledge. That's why they are not getting job opportunities. This type of unemployment is called structural unemployment. Next is nature of unemployment in India. Nature of unemployment in India is classified into two categories. One is urban and other is rural. In urban area, mainly industrial unemployment and educated unemployment or underemployment mainly exist in urban area unemployment. And in rural sector, there are two types of unemployment can be seen. One is seasonal unemployment because agriculture is the seasonal occupation, depends upon nature or rainfall or monsoon. Monsoon may be good or may be worse. In that time period, people are seasonally unemployed. During off peak season, people will be unemployed, and at the peak period, people will get job opportunities. And next is disguised unemployment, which is known as hidden unemployment, which can't be seen directly but the contribution of that worker or labor in marginal productivity is zero. If contribution is zero, it means that person will be called disguised unemployed. So, unemployment nature can be classified according to rural and urban sector. There are different forms of unemployment in which rural areas unemployment falls in two categories. One is seasonal and disguised, and urban areas unemployment is industrial and educated unemployment. Next is unemployment rate. How we can measure unemployment rate? Does the unemployment rate accurately represent unemployment? All individuals who are the part of the working age population 16 plus, all people who are above 16 years or 15 plus age group, not in jail, not in hospitals, are classified as employed, unemployed, and not in labor force. It means the person of working age population, which is known as 16 plus person, that is called working population. It can be classified into three categories. One is employed category, second is unemployed category, third is not in labor force category. One is employed category. If a person has a full-time job or part-time job, or currently he is engaged in job activity, that is called employed. Unemployment is if a person is not working, looking for job, searching for job from the past so many time period, or not getting job opportunity, not working but looked for work in past month or temporarily laid off, that person will be called unemployed. And next is not in labor force. If a person is not exist in labor force, that person will be called unemployed. So unemployment rate can be calculated with the help of these three categories. Next is causes of unemployment. What are the various causes of unemployment? There are so many causes of unemployment in India or in any other countries. Number one is high growth rate of population. Population growth is the main cause of all the problems. For example, if population is increasing at the very higher rate, it will definitely create the problem of poverty, it will create the problem of hunger, starvation, and food problem also exists due to increasing population. Environment will be polluted, and criminal or crimes rate will also increase. So population is the main cause of all the problems which exist in our country, like unemployment problem, environmental pollution problem, food problem, crimes problem. These all problem mainly occur due to high growth rate of population. And unemployment problem is a very serious problem which mainly occur due to high growth rate of population. Because population is increasing day by day, and most of the country people are unemployed due to lack of job opportunities. Government provide job opportunities, but if simultaneously population increases at the very faster rate, then whole population can't be absorbed or can't be given job opportunities, because there is a lack of capital formation in our country. So government has some limitation for providing job opportunities. Government can provide job opportunities to some people, not all. So therefore, popul- due to high rate of population growth, unemployment problem occurs. Second is slow rise in employment opportunities. In India, there is a slow growth of employment opportunities. Here employment opportunities is not provided to everyone, to all country people. In some area employment opportunities are very higher, but in other areas employment opportunities are very lower. That's why unemployment exists in each and every country. Third is low rate of saving and investment. This is also the main cause of unemployment because in India, here per capita income or real GDP become lower. Here GDP, real GDP or national income and per capita income is lower. That's why saving capacity of the country people remain also lower. Due to low saving rate, investment will be lower, and if investment is lower, then productive activities will be lower, and if production is less or lower, then people will not get job opportunities. Because if production is not exist in our country, investors are not investing their money in business enterprises, production is not going on. If production is not going on, how employer or entrepreneur will give or provide job opportunities to the country people? In that case unemployment definitely occur due to low rate of saving and investment. Next is capital intensive production technique. As you know that in India, labor is abundant and we have two types of technologies of production. One is labor intensive technology and other is capital intensive technology. In those nations who have abundant capital, they should use capital intensive technology. But in India, where labor is in abundant quantity, we should use labor intensive technology. But for getting more and more production, for increasing population, entrepreneurs or businessmen are using capital intensive production technique. That's why people are not getting job opportunities. Labor is still unemployed in our country. Next is fifth point is lack of vocational education. In India, there is a lack of vocational education or technical education or professional education because we are getting only subjective knowledge, not getting any type of vocational or that type of knowledge which is necessary for working in industrial sector or in business enterprises. So vocational education, there is a lack of vocational education. That's why this unemployment problem exists in our country. Or at present, government has started to provide vocational education, technical education, professional education, skill enhancement course, and those courses which are necessary for getting job opportunities so that this problem can be solved. Next is lack of proper manpower planning. In India, there is a lack of proper manpower planning. Here, manpower is higher rate, but planning is poor. If we are not properly planning for engaging all the manpower which exists in our country, then definitely this unemployment problem exists in our country. So we should use properly planning of manpower so that we engaged all the country people in job opportunities, then this unemployment problem can be solved. But if this lack of proper manpower planning exists in our country, then unemployment problem will also exist. Next is inefficiency of public sector. As you know that in India, here economy is mixed economy where coexistence of private sector and public sector exist. Here some sectors are private and some other sectors are be called public sector. Public sector is known as government sector. Due to inefficiency of public sector, there is already excess supply of worker in public sector. There is a surplus labor, surplus worker in public sector, and they are not working efficiently, or there exists inefficiency in public sector. That's why unemployment problem always exists. Next is negligence of private sector. Uh, During the time period of 1951 to 1990, that period is known as pre-reform period, and after 1991 onwards, time period is called post-reform period. So in pre-reform period, there was the negligence of private sector and government gave more preference to public sector, and due to inefficiency which exists in public sector, this unemployment problem exists in our country. And if we are not giving importance to private sector, then job opportunities can't be generated only by public sector, because when both these sectors are exist in our country, then both sectors should work together to solve this unemployment problem and to provide more and more job opportunities to the country people. Next is negligence towards agriculture sector. As we know that agriculture is the main source of employment for our country, because more than half of the country people are still engaged in agriculture sector. But in agriculture sector we found seasonal unemployment, disguised unemployment. So agriculture sector is not providing employment opportunities to all the country people. And agriculture, if more than half of the country people are still engaged, but if they remain unemployed during seasonal occupation or disguised unemployed, then definitely unemployment problem will exist in our country. So agriculture, the negligence towards agriculture sector is also responsible for the cause of unemployment. Next is low mobility of workers. In India, here people are not perfectly mobile. They don't want to move from their rural areas, and they don't want to move from one areas to another area for searching job and getting job opportunities. They love their land area where they live, where they birth, so they don't want to move for getting more employment opportunities in any other area. They don't want to move. They want to stay only in that area which is the birthplace of that person. So if they don't have mobility, and they don't have they don't have a mobility of work, then definitely this unemployment problem exists in our country. Next is lack of infrastructural facility. In India, there is a lack of infrastructure facility. Here, water supply, insurance, banking, and communication, and transportation, and these facilities are not properly available in all over the country. So infrastructure, there is a lack of infrastructure facility. That's why unemployment exists in our country. So these are the main causes of unemployment in India. Next is causes of unemployment: decline of cottage industry. Another cause we can also explain. The decline of cottage industry is also the big cause of unemployment in rural India, where 70% country people are living. Village or cottage industries are not are the only means of employment, particularly of the landless people. They depend directly on various cottage industries for their livelihood. But nowadays, these are adversely affected by the industrialization process, and big industries are not supporting to small scale and cottage industry. That's why cottage industries, the decline in the percentage of cottage industry are responsible for the problem of unemployment. Next is poverty. Poverty is also the main cause of unemployment. If a person is poor, poverty and unemployment both are twins problem. It is difficult to distinguish between the completely a person is poor because he is unemployed, and if he is unemployed, poverty is natural for him. It means if a person is poor, definitely he will be unemployed, and if a person is unemployed, definitely he will be called poor. So poverty and unemployment both are twins or interrelated with each other. Next is defective system of education. As I said, that education system in India is subjective, but we should promote vocational education, technical education, and professional education. Our education system is a root of learning. It's fail in shaping the mental and physical aspect of human being. That's why it is the main cause of unemployment. Now, what is unemployment rate in India? In India, all ages in percentage, male or female, all India person, the rate in during the time period of 2020 and 2021, uh, blue color is for male, and the line which is shown by red color, that graph is showing female unemployment rate, and all India person unemployment rate is indicated by black bar graph. So here in January to March 2020, 8.7% male were unemployed and 10.5% female were unemployed, and aggregate in totality all India person ratio was 9.1. And during April to June, 20 point, it means unemployment rate increased in all the cases for male, female, and all India person. 20.8 male were unemployed, 21.2 female were unemployed, and the aggregate in totality, all India person, 20.9% were unemployed during the time period of April to June 2020. Next is July to September. This rate slightly fall, and it fall in case of a male 20.8% to fall down to 12.6%, and at the female this ratio also fall from 21.2 to 15.8, and all India person unemployment rate also fall from 20.9% to 13.3%. So, unemployment rate is not remains always constant. Sometimes it become higher, sometimes it become lower, but unemployment exists at present also. This is a problem which can't be fully solved, and if a government is not taking efficient steps or strict steps for removing or eliminating this problem, then definitely this problem will exist in our country. So this graph is showing that unemployment rate in male, female, and all India person in percentage during the time period of 2020 and January to March 2021. Next is steps to reduce unemployment. Now, what steps have been used by the government? What steps have been taken by the government to solve this problem? And these steps may be some specific programs and some simple steps from which we can solve this problem. Now, first is reconstruction of agriculture. If we want to solve this unemployment problem, then we should reconstruct the agriculture sector, because agriculture is the main source of occupation. Before independence or since independence, 70% or 75% people were engaged in agricultural activity, and at present, more than half of the country people are still engaged in agricultural activity. So, agriculture is the main source of employment, and it gives major employment opportunities to the country people. So, we should reconstruct the agriculture sector for increasing employment opportunities in that sector. Second is we should adopt labor intensive technology, because we know that in India labor is abundant and capital is less. So labor intensive technology is appropriate for our country. So if we want to solve unemployment problem, then we should adopt labor intensive technology. Next is rapid industrialization. Rapid industrialization is also very necessary for removing this problem, because agriculture in agriculture sector where most of the country people are engaged, but in agriculture sector seasonal unemployment and disguised unemployment still exist. So we should promote industrialization, we should increase industrialization sector, For this industrialization growth, government has formed some policies also, like industrial policy of 1948, industrial policy of 1956, industrial policy of 1977, 1980, 1990, and new industrial policy of 1991 for rapid growth rate in industrialization. This growth in industrialization sector can reduce unemployment problem in our country. Next is population control. Population should be or must be controlled because population is the root cause of all the problems which exist in our country. So population should be controlled. Then we can solve this unemployment problem. Reorientation of education system. Education system should be reoriented, and education which is the defective education system which exists in our country, we should modify it, we should reoriented it so that more and more educated people or skilled people can get more job opportunities. Next is encouragement of small enterprises. As we know that small and cottage industries are the big source of employment because they mainly use labor intensive technology instead of machines or capitals. So we should encourage small scale and cottage enterprises for reducing this unemployment problem. Next is guiding centers and more employment exchange centers should be open. More and more employment exchange centers should be open so that we should get proper information regarding unemployed people, so that government should make a clear plan for employment opportunities or generating more and more employment. If government has clear data of unemployed person, then government can take steps to give employment opportunities to those unemployed person. So more employment exchange and centers should be open in a country. Next is government policy measures to reduce unemployment. What policies and what programs are launched by the government to solve this unemployment problem? So there are so many programs like National Rural Employment Program. Next is Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program. In short form, we can say that RLEGP. First is NREP. NREP is National Rural Employment Program. RLEGP is Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program, in which government provide employment guarantee to landless workers which are living in rural areas. Third is Integrated Rural Development Program, which is the mixture of Johar Rozgar Yojana and NREP and RLEGP program. That is why it is known as Integrated Rural Development Program, which is also launched by the government in rural sector for giving and providing more employment opportunities to rural people. Next is Food for Work program. It is also launched by the government when people were getting very less wage and not affording on that wage, they are not getting food. Then government started Food for Work program. It means if you are working in any field in rural area, you will not get wage income. Instead of getting wage income, you will get food. So Food for Work program, in this program government provided food for working population or work. Next is training rural youth for self-employment. It is also known as TRYSEM, training for rural youth self-employment. It means under this program, government should train rural youth population for self-employment, so they should not depend upon government employment opportunities. They should be self-employed and they should be able to uh, employ themselves. Next is operational flood 2, and next is employment guarantee scheme. Under this scheme, the latest program which is launched by the government is called Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which provides at least 100 days employment opportunities to all rural person so that they can earn their living for survival. So these are the government policy measures which can reduce this unemployment problem. Next is our economy sector can be classified into two categories. One is organized sector and other is unorganized sector. Organized sector is that sector which is registered by the government, and unorganized sector is that sector which is not registered by the government. The terms of employment are regular. In organized sector, people are working and they are called regular employees, and in unorganized sector, the terms of employment are not regular. In organized sector, the sector is governed by various laws such as the Factories Act, Minimum Wage Act, etc. But in unorganized sector, the sector is not governed by any act. Organized sector includes banks, hospitals, schools, etc. And unorganized sector includes a large number of people who are employed on their own doing small jobs. So in economy there are two types of sector. One is organized and unorganized. In India, 90% people are engaged in unorganized sector and only 10% people are working in organized sector. And there is a very big difference between organized and unorganized sector. That's why unemployment problem occur in our country. Indian economy, organized and unorganized sector. Here it's overview. Indian economy can also be classified into the organized and unorganized sector. In the first one, the employment related conditions are fairly regular, while in case of the later, the government has no control. The organized sector is registered by the government, which is not in case of an unorganized sector. The first one adheres to the stipulations and rules laid down by the government, while the second one provides irregular and lower level of employment and lower level of payment also. Unorganized sector is characterized by small and scattered unit which are largely outside the control of the government. Three disadvantages of unorganized sectors are: number one is employment is not secure. In India, 90% people are working in unorganized sector, and here the disadvantages of unorganized sectors are: number one is employment is not secure. Second is generally jobs in such type of sectors are low paid, and third is generally their work is not called in regular basis. So no Factories Act, no Minimum Wage Act uh, apply in unorganized sector. That's why unemployment problem exists in our country, because 90% people are still working in unorganized sector. Only 10% people are engaged in organized sector. Workers in different sector, in primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector, there are three types of sector, but most of the country people are engaged in unorganized sector. In agriculture, 240 people are in millions in unorganized sector. In secondary sector, 54%, and in tertiary sector, 76%. So in total, only 7% people are in organized, and in 93% people are working in unorganized sector. Jobless ratio is unemployment rate. Here, the unemployment rate in urban areas, in rural areas, and overall, this rate is always fluctuating. Sometimes it rate becomes higher, sometimes this rate becomes lower. But this rate is fluctuating. Government is not giving employment opportunities to whole the country people. That's why unemployment is a very serious or big problem. The ways by which more employment can be created in our country: if more dams are built, canals, water is provided to all the small farmers, then employment can be generated in agriculture sector. Providing cheap credit facility and crop insurance can also provide more employment opportunities. More money should be spent in transportation or service sector. Government banks should be open and provide less rate of interest so that employment can be generated. Technical training, vocational guidance to unemployed youth for self-employment, can provide more employment opportunities. So conclusion is unemployment definitely it's a major economic as well as political and social issue in all the economies. Labor force consists of the employed and the unemployed. The unemployment rate in India is very higher. If people are not getting job opportunities, if they are able to work but not still gets job, they will be called unemployment. So unemployment should be solved by the government as soon as possible because it's a very serious problem. So this topic has been completed. Thank you.